Hey guys, it is Emery here, and I am out in the woods, and I am showing you how we get our goats out into the woods. So Ashton is sending them out right now, and I figured I would show you guys. So they're all the way over there across the hilltop, and they get to walk along this whole border fence. So they have this border fence which comes from their barn, and it goes all the way around, and it works as the makeshift pathway that we can send them down. So we will then send them down this, and it keeps going and brings them out to the beginning of their pasture. Now it's nice and narrow, which makes it easy for us to keep them all going in the same direction without having to worry too much about them trying to turn around and get back to the hay or the shade, because they do like spending a lot of time in their pen. I'm gonna hop a fence here real quick. It's gonna be a little messy. Here we go. Alrighty. I'm trying to catch up with these guys. They're pretty fast. So here we go. You can see it is pretty rough terrain, but they really don't have any trouble moving along on this rough terrain. They rather like it. They're kind of made for this. Me, on the other hand, I'm trying to not slip and fall and make a fool of myself on camera. So some of them are stragglers and like to wait in the back. They kind of want to follow more than be pushed ahead, whereas others are the adventurers and they love going on ahead of everybody else. So, where are we going today, Ashton? Okay, so we are going to the far middle one. So there are multiple pens out here that we can get them all to. And so what we'll do is we'll send them all through this alleyway, and we'll just keep walking. It goes around pretty much the whole property. This is also what we use to put the dogs in here so that they can do perimeter checks. So it's just a nice, easy way that we can get the goats where they need to go without taking up too much space in the middle of the pens. Alrighty, we're moving right along. So this is the, this is the south corner of our property, or the south edge of our property. So we're about to make a pretty sharp turn here and start heading east. I'm gonna get to the front of the herd if I can. The front of the herd is a little more packed. You start getting everybody who wants to be the first one. Here we go. And now we can see. Now let's see everyone behind us. Alrighty, so here the whole herd comes, and we're still walking. It's quite the run. So we have probably a good, easily 15 acres fenced in for these guys. And so we're trying to make sure that they can get to different parts of it at different times. So we're all moving along at a good steady pace. So different goats take different turns leading, but a lot of the ones who tend to stay in the back are some of the ones who always stay in the back. So like this one here is Felony. And then we have Teal and Sabor, a bunch of different goats up here. They tend to be some of the more dominant does in the herd. So you can see there is kind of like a beaten path where they like to go. And then there is more area like all this, but it tends to have more dense underbrush, and they don't tend to like to walk on that as much. Whereas right here, you can see there's a lovely little path that they make. And they're nice and short, so they can go under that. I'll go around it. Yeah, we're just on our way out to pasture. So these are just the milking does. Not too many of these guys. So we don't have too many of these guys, is what I was trying to say. But I think there's probably about 60 in this pen right now that we're taking out here. And this is our pasture here. So this is the middle one. All of this was one pen. This is the second pen. And we're gonna send them in here where they will get to enjoy their meal. So they're gonna head on in there. You can see the grass is plenty tall, just the difference between this pen and this pen. You can see just how much taller all the grass is in here. You can see they practically disappear in it. They'll enjoy going in here. They'll probably be in this pen for a couple days, maybe even a couple weeks before we move them to the next pen down so that we can continue keeping a cycle going. So the last stragglers are coming along. This is Valley, our oldest doe. Not really surprised she's towards the back, but they'll all go on in here and enjoy their day. So just wanted to kind of show you how all of that is done, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will catch you next time.